Guys, we're back. We're going to go into a little story time of the one conversation I had about money that changed my life forever and how I become financially literate of it. And if you learn how to as well, it can change your life forever too. But first of all, what is financial literacy? Financial literacy is the set of skills and knowledge that allows you to make informed decisions about managing your money and your financial resources. It involves understanding earning, budgeting, loans, borrowing, planned spending and investments. But it's a shame that we're not taught about this in school, because this is why I believe so many people are tied up to debt to their eyeballs and they don't know how to manage money. But anyway, have you ever been working and you're there in your thoughts thinking, there's no way you can be doing this until 65, 70? In fact, I know you have. And you're thinking, surely there's another way to make money and get out of this rat race, which allows you to spend more time with your family, see your friends, go on holiday when you'd like to, without having to get it authorized from a manager. And at the same time, if it does get authorized, they'll only allow you to have, 4 weeks off out of the year to do this, But I would say it was around 2020 times I found out how to do this and how the rich actually get rich. And when I say rich, I don't mean someone with a big house, a bit of savings in the bank, 100 grand car, 100 grand salary, while working 40 to 60 hours minimum a week. But if they suddenly become ill and had to stop working, they'd have to live off their savings because they have no other stream of income. My definition of being rich is freedom. Having the time to do whatever you like, whenever you like. So there's a guy I know, right, in the gym. We were conversating and I was talking about my job. And I said, I wish I was rich or I won the lottery so I didn't have to work and I could be free. And as the conversation went on, I asked him what he does for work, as you do, right? Anyway, he said he's retired. Bear in mind, this guy was only 50 years old, So I was curious. So I asked him what job he was doing which enabled him to retire so early. He said it's not what job he was doing, but what he was doing with his money. And how he was living day to day is what enabled him to retire so early. He said, do you know how the rich really get rich? He told me, rich people learn a few things. They learn that the future goal is to stop trading their time for money so they can have freedom, so they can make their money work for them. And they also give as much value to people as they can. So I understood the freedom bit as that's what I want in life. But I said to him, you need to trade time to get money. Like, what do you mean, bro? You need to work to get money. He said, that's right, you do. But what you do with that money is how you achieve freedom. So I remember asking him, how do you do that? Because at the time, I didn't know how to make your money work for you, right? The only thing I knew was to make money, you have to work for it. And then if you want to make more, you just got to keep saving, right? He said, as for the value, he said he was a plumber, which was his business. And we know people need plumbers, no matter what, right? It's a good trade, so they make decent money. And yes, it's trading time for money. But the freedom part come in when he said he learned how to put his money into stocks, property, and anything that goes up in value. At the time, that was all like Japanese to me. I didn't understand a thing, honestly. But I remember him saying, I'll give you 3 books to read. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Richest Man in Babylon, and The Millionaire Next Door. He said, go and read them. And he promised me, hand on his heart, that if I apply that to my life, I'll be able to retire early and be free from the rat race like he was. The first thing I did when we went our separate ways to do our session, I went on Amazon and ordered all 3. And I can honestly say, after reading them 3 books, it changed my life forever. From how I view money, how I live, the stuff I do on a daily basis, it was life-changing. The only reason it was life-changing is because I learned about it and then I actually applied it to my life. The thing is about financial literacy is it's no different to learn about certain subjects in school. For example, maths, science, history. We didn't just randomly know how to do maths equations or know how to do certain things that happened in the past with history. We had to learn about it. So what makes you think you know how to manage money and make it work for you? And how to stay out of debt without learning how to do it in the first place? This is why so many people are in debt and in a very bad position, right? With the finance, because they're literally financially illiterate. But I understood to get rich and achieve freedom, you need to focus on assets and not liabilities. Like, assets are things that bring in money, such as real estate, buying them and renting them out so you can get passive income. And you can also get the capital appreciation from the house going up in value, right? So you build equity within the house. The rich also invest in stocks, which when you buy stocks, you're buying a tiny piece of a company, which then you, like I say, you become a part owner of that company. Yes, you will only own a small percentage of the company, right? Depending on how much you buy, but you get some of the profits of either two ways, dividends or capital appreciation from if the stock goes up in price. The amazing thing is you can buy stocks with as little as £1. It's never been so easy accessible for small investors like ourselves to buy stocks, right? But lastly, I've seen it say businesses. Start a business which provides value. And if people end up running your business, you're now getting passive income. Or even if you're present, it allows you to have more flexibility and freedom rather than your 9 to 5. And yes, I know you're going to say that's too risky, right? But it's all risky. But in life, the minute you was born, it was risky. If you think trying is risky, wait until they give you the bill for not trying. If you think investing is risky, wait until you get the tab for not investing. See, it's all risky. Getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Going into business is risky. Investing your money is risky. It's all risky. I tell you how risky life is, guys. You're not going to get out of it alive. You've got to take risks in life. You see, I did get that one from somewhere. I can't lie. That's a good one still. That is a good one. Forgot his name. But as for the liabilities, right? The rich don't like liabilities. They live below the means. They stay out of bad debt and they avoid liabilities as much as possible because they understand liabilities drain money from your pocket. That may be car loans, credit card debt. And the thing is, it's not your fault. We've not been taught about this in school, right? Majority of people, I don't care how smart they was in school or college, they are not financially literate. The school education system fails us in regard and needs to effectively teach financial literacy, including the basics of financial management and the wealth building, right? The same way we learn about maths, science, English, like I said earlier, right, is the same way we need to learn about money. Because all we know is to make money and spend on liabilities. Well, majority of people, I think, anyway. Why do you think you have athletes, doctors, lawyers, shit, even people that win tens of millions of pounds on the lottery go broke? It's because we've been taught from society to be consumers and not owners. And the sooner you realize this, like I say, to become owners instead of consumers, the sooner you have freedom. I promise you, right? I just went on a crazy rant. But honestly, I'm gonna leave that for another video. But with that being said, honestly, the main thing to take from this video is the rich people acquire assets and the poor people acquire liabilities. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you'll be able to come free. Okay? We out.